Hi everyone and welcome to Cope with Hope. Today I'm going to be interviewing Madhoo, who calls herself a rock star on Instagram, and I do believe she's one. Her friend Sharmilla says she's one of the kindest, most generous-hearted woman without a mean bone in her body. I personally fell in love with Madhoo when I watched her film Roja in 1992. The song Choti Asha is one of my favorite songs, and not just because of the lyrics and the way it was composed, but because of the delightful girl who pranced around and just won everybody's hearts. So let me bring Madhu on to find out what she's been doing and how she stays in such a good space. I can see that she's already here. Waiting for her to get on. Hi, Madhu.
Nandinii, thank you for such an awesome introduction. I was blushing away and feeling very pleased and happy. More because my beautiful friend Shams always says those things about me. And most importantly, she says those beautiful things about most of her friends, all her friends. So yeah, but thank you so much for saying all that for me.
Of course, and every time I've met you, I mean, you walk into a room and you're one of the people who just brightens up the room with your bonhomie. You're always smiling. You bring in cheer with you, and that's why I fell in love with you in Choti Asha. You were delightful then, and you're delightful now. Let me tell you.
Thank you so much.
So, Madhu, tell me what you've been doing these past 80 odd days.
You know, in the beginning of this whole period, it seemed like I was on a mission. So
Yes.
I was doing those, 21 days of challenge, running on the treadmill. Like I was so busy that my friends were making fun of me. That what are you so busy doing in this lockdown? But I was really living such a regimented life that I'm going to wake up at this time. I'm going to do my yoga. I'm going to run on the treadmill. I'm going to do this. I did. Slowly, something happened, and I realized, oh my God, this is not getting over. When I started this, when it all started, I thought it won't go for beyond 3 weeks or 4 weeks.
Yes.
So first time, it seemed like it was a fun time. I mean,
Yeah.
fun is not a fun time. The
Of
world
course.
is weeping and mourning. But for me, the first month seemed like, my God, my family is with me and I'm going to work out. I've got all the time to do so many things. But I realized that it was a bubble and it's
Yes.
not over and it's not getting over soon. And then I also had a lot of funny feeling of anxiety,
Yes.
uncertainty, all that happened. And now all I do is just go by each day feeling happy, learning many things, giving up a little bit of workout, chilling out a little bit, some days allowing myself to be lazy,
Yes.
just having kindness and mercy towards me, because
Yes.
who has mercy and kindness for other people. I feel sad for other people and I feel too grateful and too blessed. And I feel that if I'm having a bad day or if I find reason to complain, then I don't feel good about myself. I feel that if I complain, then what about other people who are really not in a very comfortable position? What will they do? So I kind of feel like an ungrateful person, that if I find reason to be not happy or a little bit down. But then I realized a life is given and a life is going to feel everything, and I have
Yes.
this towards myself first. So now with all kindness, having mercy upon myself, I allow myself those really sometimes those moments also, and I take it easy.
Yes.
I'm really really feeling happy and fine. I am fine. But this is what this lockdown has been all about for me. It started off in a funny euphoria, even though it was not a euphoric thing. And then
Yes.
I kind of settled into a comfortable, calm, ease, and peace.
Yes, that's lovely. And I'm so glad that you acknowledge the fact that you did feel anxiety and that you acknowledge the fact that you are hard on yourself, because I think a lot of us are, and we want to just stay up, and it's not always possible. It's not always possible to feel only kindness and compassion and wonderful thing for the world. And yes, everybody's going through a very tough time as well, but sometimes we're also going through a tough time. So
Yes.
I'm glad you're kind to Madhu, and I'm
Yeah.
so happy to hear about the self-compassion.
Yeah.
So tell me, when you do feel this anxiety, what do you feel anxious about? What is the anxiety that you feel?
Um, I feel, just not, it feels like, if you've seen one of those sci-fi movies,
Yes.
or if you've seen one of those, those spaceships where people are all like locked up in a space, but they're floating in space, and something goes wrong in that spaceship, then
Yes.
you are lost in space.
Yes.
That
Yes.
fear. So,
Yes.
so right now in my house, within my home, having my family, my children, whoever, that my small world of mine seems
Yes.
okay. But it seems like the spaceship just suspended in space, because don't know what is happening tomorrow. If I step out, what will I feel, if I step out of the house, am I gonna, like when my children say that their friends are coming to say hi to them in a car, then I feel that normal people
Yes.
say hello to my friend, to my children. Will my children catch a cold, or will they become
Yes.
unwell? Or, it's just that. And also my husband keeps complaining about the economy and his work and the work of the.
Yes.
So I'm thinking, oh my
Yes.
God, this month we are okay, next month we are okay by God's grace. If the businesses don't take off, what will happen? So if the thought,
Yes.
the spinning thought that we have to
Yes.
keep check on, so I do
Yes.
feel for that. And my own work as well. I just about started my work, and I was just about beginning to do very well. And I
Yes.
really thought that 2020 is going to be my rocking year. I never thought 2020 will be this kind of locked in years. When I start
Yes.
thinking of, in those terms, I feel a bit of anxiety.
Anxiety. Thank you. Yes. Thank you for sharing, Madhu, because I think this is what everybody is feeling. Everybody doesn't know the tiger out there. There's a tiger in the room. Let's face it. And there's a bigger, mega tiger outside. Okay.
Yeah.
The tiger in the room is, oh my God, are we going to get it? Oh my God, what's going to happen to the economy? Oh my God, what's going to happen to my career, my children, my loved ones, my family,
Yeah.
my friends? But we don't really know what that tiger is outside, because actually nobody knows. So today I'm going to be posting a video by a very good doctor who's going to talk to me and tell me what we can do right now as a lockdown is opening up, and what we can do if we need to self-quarantine. About the economy and about our work, your work as an actress, I just feel that economies have gone down many times, and they've also come up. We're human beings. I think everything is going to happen like really well for us eventually. I don't know when, but sometime in the future. So I'm so happy that you acknowledge the fact that there's that anxiety as well, and there's happiness as well, and that you're kind to yourself. It's very important. Tell me your routine. Like, what is your routine these days at home?
Yeah, I'm all about routine.
Yes.
I'm somebody who does a lot of things to feel safe and to feel happy. So even if I decide to put my feet up, I don't think I can put my feet up beyond an hour and a half. That's the length
Yes.
of a movie, or like an episode or two of a show. That's as much how much I can relax. My routine
Yes.
starts, I wake up, my eyes open, and I start doing my yoga. It's a joke in my family that even before she wakes up, she's bending forward and start
I
looking up.
love it.
I have this lovely sea-facing apartment. When I open
Yes.
my window in the morning, I just see the expanse of sea, and it just, it just feels lovely to be in that room of mine doing yoga. Then I drink water, I drink my tea, I do my protein shake. Then by the time my children, my husband, they all saunter in, then we all sit. Sometimes we are very happily chatting, sometimes we end up in an argument, but whatever, family moment. And then
Yeah,
everyone gets busy for a little bit. Then a shower, prayers, lunch we do. Then this afternoon time, I'm usually chilling, talking to all my friends, FaceTiming them, or watch a movie. Then at about
yes.
6 o'clock, get my coffee or tea, and then I go down for a walk at about 6:45 when the sun goes down, and I come back around 7:45, 8, sit around with my family, have dinner, again shower, everything, watch TV, pray, go to sleep. This has been pretty
Wow.
much how I'm rolling.
Okay, great. And will you tell us about your little bit about your children for the audience to know?
Yeah, my children are wonderful. They're truly young women. They're not babies anymore, which is so wonderful because I have women company in the house, and
Yes.
suddenly when they want to be babies, they are babies as well.
Yes.
So I'm really enjoying being the mother of two young ladies, young
Yes.
girls.
Yes.
And the one has kept herself very busy because she had online school, and just yesterday she finished her exams online. And my
Okay.
older is just too lovely. She's chilling. She doesn't have college at the moment. Her college, she has some assignments that she's working on, but other than that, she and me pretty much have similar kind of routine. Work out in our own time, sit and talk to our friends, and just about bonding. And I'm looking at my older one, particularly at this time, as a young woman. So when we both are sitting, sometimes I feel like I'm the vulnerable, softer one, and she needs to give me a hug. Like I told you, uh,
Yes.
there are a lot of sad news. Thankfully,
Yes.
by God's grace, not in my, not very near me, but my dear friends have lost their dogs, or my dear friend has
Oh.
uh, her family father, or a friend of mine has lost her son. Something, there's so much of pain. If you switch on the TV, so
Yes.
I yesterday I just burst out crying. I just felt so vulnerable. Not
Yes.
personally, I just said, why is everybody dying? Why
Yes.
do I have to, this one died, this one died? And it happened to be that my older daughter was sitting with me, my ammu was with me, and she hugged me. And I really
Oh.
felt at that time like a 10-year-old little girl being hugged by her mother. And that's how I
How
felt.
sweet. How sweet. How very, very sweet. So tell me, Madhu, for you, what is hope? What does hope mean for you?
um Hope, of course, has just that one meaning. Hope is when better is going to come and everything is going to be okay. We are okay and everything will be okay. Everything is okay, will be okay, and we are okay. That faith, that belief is hope. But sometimes I feel hope is not always such a great sentiment, because sometimes when you're always hopeful, it's always like as though you're looking at the tomorrow. Sometimes,
Yes.
important, I feel like hope, when you talk about hope, it kind of indicates a future. That hope is about tomorrow, that tomorrow is going to be a shining day, tomorrow
Yes.
is going to be a great day. But sometimes I feel it's important to release that hope and just sink into the now. And the
Yes.
now can be a little bit painful, now
Yes.
can be a little bit low, but it's important to release the now, so then you ascend into tomorrow, which is hope.
Oh,
You
that's
know what I mean? I hope
lovely.
it's not very abstract, but I don't know if I could explain what
No,
I'm
it's
saying.
beautifully put. It's beautifully put. That hope is about getting things getting better, but what is really important is the now. That's where we're actually living in this breath. I mean,
Yeah,
there's like Suchitra Pillai saying the power of now. It's right. The power is in the now. Just in the
yeah,
now, we have everything. This
yeah,
present moment.
yeah.
Beautifully said. Just beautifully said. What does gratitude mean for you?
Uh, Gratitude now truly means living a life of gratitude. It's every second. It is not a prayer. It is not something that you stand before God and say, thank you, God. And
Yes.
it is not about at the end of the day, you say, I'm grateful for this thing. You know, those are the tools, or those are the practices that at least once in the morning when you're standing before the Lord, you say, thank you, God. And before
Yes.
sleeping, say, thank you, God. These are just a practice. These are just
Yes.
tools. Gratitude is that every second you should feel, oh my God, another second of life I have lived. And I'm so grateful.
Wow.
That, so it is in the living. And that is why I feel living a life of gratitude is even better than living a life of hope. Because hope, by the very word, means future. I'm hopeful. Hopeful means something is yet to come. Something great is yet to come. So it kind of projects into the future. But when you say gratitude, it is you are living it. I'm so grateful.
I love it.
Gratitude actually denotes now, and hope denotes tomorrow. And we need to have both.
I love it. I love this. And I'm grateful that I've lived another second. I'm grateful that I've lived this one more breath. Beautifully said, Madhu. Really lovely. And where does love fit in your life? And what does it mean for you?
You know, love is a very complex word.
Yes.
It is simple as you understand it, and as complex as you make it. So, when
Tell
we are
it to me
talking
in
about,
your simplicity. Tell it to me in Madhu's simplicity. A simple
yeah,
love.
so what I say, because so many experiences has happened very recently in my life, and all this, and the kind of dwelling that we are all doing and I'm doing. So somehow gratitude comes easy for me.
Yes.
You love on the other hand, I'm able to feel love in expanse. I'm
Yes.
able to feel love for the world. I'm able to even feel love for myself. But sometimes to feel interpersonal love, you know, that is
Yes.
still not coming easy, because I very easily get hurt by a friend who's hurt me. I very easily get hurt by my children who snap at me. I very easily get hurt by my husband who, you know, sometimes we have an argument. I'm not able
Yes.
to feel that unconditional love. Yeah, I'm able to release the pain very quickly and come back to my center of love. But I have not been able to feel that, oh my God, I just love regardless of whatever, I'm able to love you. I'm not able to come to that. But yeah, I feel love at large. So
Yes.
today, when I'm looking at the world, what is happening, I feel like showing my love to other people, to everybody, to I can help somebody, and it's coming from a nice place of love in my heart. But yeah, I'm still struggling with a beautiful love interpersonally, because I do end up in argument with my daughter, with my husband, with a friend. So those clashes, I guess I'm still human.
No, I think we all do that. Hello, just joy in humanity. I think for everybody, it's the same thing. Like you can love at large, but when it comes to interpersonal relationships, there's such history that we have of tuckers, and you say something, it triggers something in them. They say something, it triggers something in you. But we can work at kindness. I think
Yeah,
kindness is that foundation for interpersonal love, you know.
yeah.
A little bit of kindness goes a long, long way. Sometimes somebody's had some bad news, and they spread that to the person that they're closest to. So
Yeah.
I really like the way you've said that. You know, I like how frank you are, and how truthful you are about where you're at in your life. It's really lovely to hear the way you speak. Madhu, what do you see? Where do you see as the future for yourself, and maybe Bombay, the world? Well, where do you see us going from here?
Um, Honestly, I don't, I'm not thinking about future, because when I think about that, then a kind of funny fear grips me. So I try not to go too much ahead. But I know that human beings and Earth at large is a very resilient planet. We are very
Yes,
resilient.
yes,
Beings are, we transcend, we cope, and we manage, and the new normal will come into place. And
absolutely.
whatever the new normal is, if you have to walk with a mask or not, or the new norm is on its way. where it is going to be, what is the new norm going to be, I'm also waiting to see. But I know that within the next few months or whatever the time frame, we are going to start, and this whole whatever this COVID or whatever this is, it's going to be a part of us. Whether we are able to conquer it or whether it goes along with it, it'll just be a part of us, and our life will go on. We will get married, we will start working, we will start everything, and this also shall go on. Either we conquer it or it just walks with us. We'll just see.
Wow. Very well said. Any last minute wisdom you have to give anybody, or anything you'd like to say before we end?
Yeah, I like to say that, there are many things that we hold very, very dear to us, and we think that those are the things that's going to make us feel great, like an achievement, like fame, like X amount of money, or whatever it is. We hold a certain thing in our life, and we feel that if we get that, that is it. But my experience in life with stardom and having married and given up this and that, I feel that, of course, it's great to have the gold medal. It's great to have the award in your hand. But if you don't feel enough without that, you will never feel enough even with that. So my whole endeavor is to feel enough with myself, with who I am, with the world I've created, or without the frills. And when the frill comes to me, I accept with all gratitude. And if it doesn't come to me, I live my life with all humility and joy and gratitude.
Thank you so much, Madhoo. It's been such a pleasure talking to you.
Because this is my subject. I love talking about life and life lessons.
Wow, that's so lovely. Thank you so much. And maybe in the future, I'll request you to come on again and talk to us about some other life lessons. We can work that out. Thank you very much.
Thank you.